Oliver, everyone in the UK knows the name of the retailer Marks and Spencer. That usually means everyone is equally let down by what it sells in its stores. But in the markets today, its shares are down 2%. What's happened?
So Marks and Spencer's had a trading update. They've told us about what's been happening over the past 3 months or so. Initially, the shares were up. There was a bit of relief that clothing sales had risen in the 3 months now. Like-for-like sales, this is a measure of sales from the same stores, up 0.6%, a tiny increase, but it's better than a decline. And that part, the clothing part of M&S, has had a very difficult time, as you say. People always seem to be disappointed with M&S's clothes. They made a big effort into turning things around, and it looks like the clothes themselves, those efforts are starting to bear fruit in clothes, and sales doing slightly better now. But then the bigger picture was also a little disappointing. Other parts of the non-food business, particularly the homewares, doing quite badly, and margins in non-food also quite poor. So overall, the sort of non-food side of the business not doing too well.
Okay, if we should look through clothing and non-food, how is food doing?
Food's doing very well, considering the carnage elsewhere with Morrison and Tesco and everyone else cutting prices left, right and centre as they race to compete with Lidl and Aldi. M&S is standing aside from that, or perhaps above that is the correct phrase. Its upmarket offering is doing very well. Food sales are flat, which isn't bad given the market conditions. Margins are doing well. And I think that's partly because of its offering. People don't go to do their weekly shop in Marks and Spencer's. They go in for one or two bits and pieces, a ready meal, a bottle of wine, a box of chocolates. People are less price sensitive about that kind of thing. So M&S's food doing very nicely.
Okay, but given that M&S still trades at a discount to quite a few retailers, I mean, the case here surely is what can it do to improve clothing and other non-food items further?
Well, I think it's going to be a long, hard slog in clothes and non-food. They've got a new team in clothing who've been in place about a year and a half now, so they'll continue, I guess, to make improvements. But I think as an investor, you have to say, well, let's assume non-food continues to be difficult, and let's rely on food doing well, and also the international business. They're increasing the number of international stores. They're adding 250 more over the next few years. That's an area for potential growth. Now, if food and international can make up for the difficulty in non-food, then there's a case for closing that gap. But there's no sign just yet that that's happening.
Okay, looks like M&S knickers are in a twist. Thank you, Oliver.